Our Muslim friends invite us to convert to Islam, and we ask, why should we convert to Islam? And they say, because it's the truth. And we reply, but lots of ideologies claim to be the truth. Why should we believe that Islam is the truth? And they say, because of the Quran, it's so masterfully written, it must be the word of God. Now, even before we open the Quran and start reading, we can spot an obvious difficulty with this wonderfully written argument. Romeo and Juliet was wonderfully written. The Brothers Karamazov was wonderfully written. The love song of J. Alfred Prufrock was wonderfully written. What in the name of common sense does all this wonderful writing have to do with whether these works are the Word of God? As far as I can tell, absolutely nothing. But we're trying to be nice, so in spite of the absurdity of the claim, we open the Quran anyway, and we find the worst, most boring, most disorganized book we've ever read in our entire lives. Terrible beyond our already low expectations. So we go back to our Muslim friends, and we tell them, as politely as we can, the Quran is less interesting, less impressive, and less enlightening than a phone book. And that's when our Muslim friends pull the ultimate trump card from the bottom of the desperation deck. They say, well, it only works in Arabic. Here we start wondering, if Islam is the religion for all people, why would the main evidence for Islam only work in one language, a language that most people do not speak? Even native Arabic speakers can't understand much of the Quran because it's written in classical Arabic. But it gets worse because even classical Arabic scholars can't understand parts of the Quran. The Arabic scholar Gert Puin, for instance, says this: the Quran claims for itself that it is mubin, or clear. But if you look at it, you will notice that every fifth sentence or so simply doesn't make sense. Many Muslims and Orientalists will tell you otherwise, of course, but the fact is that a fifth of the Quranic text is just incomprehensible. This is what has caused the traditional anxiety regarding translation. If the Quran is not comprehensible, if it can't even be understood in Arabic, then it's not translatable. People fear that. And since the Quran claims repeatedly to be clear, but obviously is not, as even speakers of Arabic will tell you, there is a contradiction. The Iranian scholar Ali Dashti, in his book 23 Years, adds, the Quran contains sentences which are incomplete and not fully intelligible without the aid of commentaries, foreign words, unfamiliar Arabic words, and words used with other than the normal meaning, adjectives and verbs inflected without observance of the concords of gender and number, illogically and ungrammatically applied pronouns which sometimes have no referent, and predicates which in rhymed passages are often remote from the subjects. These and other such aberrations in the language have given scope to critics who deny the Quran's eloquence. So, we're supposed to believe that the Quran is from God because of its clarity and eloquence, when experts tell us that it's hopelessly unclear and not very good at all. This is where our Muslim friends jump in and tell us, don't trust the experts, trust the Dawah guys who say that the Quran is the most amazing book ever.